Hello, everybody. I'm Blaze and Rebecca, and welcome back to Ace Academy. We're here with you, and we're about to get our very own interview for a sponsor. And hold on. Oh, so I was so preoccupied on what I should say today that I forgot to think about what I'd wear. No worries. I hope my voice sounds more confident than I feel. Yuna notices the waver in my voice. She places a hand on my shoulder. The heat of her hand soothes my nerves, and I relax a little bit.
Okay, well, are you ready to go?
No. Yeah. She starts towards the bus stop when I stop her. I can drive us. Her cheeks turn pink, but she grins widely, and I'm immediately reminded of how her face lit up the last time she saw my bike.
That would be great.
I lead her to my bike, and we both hop on with ease. Once she's settled, we speed off. Yuna directs me where to go, and eventually tells me to park in front of an impressive building. It's narrow, but shoots straight through into the sky, cutting through the clouds. As we walk in, a perky receptionist greets us from behind her desk.
Welcome to WorkTap Corporation. How may I help you?
That's not quite the voice I was expecting, but okay. No, wait. Yuna steps forward.
I'm Yuna Misaki from Ace Academy's SBA. We have an appointment with Mr. Takeda.
The receptionist smiles and gestures to the empty chairs.
Of course. If you'll please take a seat, he'll be with you shortly.
Thank you. As soon as we take our seats, the receptionist types a rapid sequence into her computer, then drags the document from her monitor onto her tablet and disappears it into the hall in the back. I glance at Yuna. She's meticulously going over her notes. Are you nervous? She thinks for a minute.
Not as much as I thought I'd be. Are you?
I'm either really nervous or really hungry. Nobody can resist this pearly whites. Nervous like feelings they don't exist. I'm gonna have to go with this one. My stomach is a knot. Yuna smiles encouragingly.
Don't worry, you'll do great.
Her confidence helps ease my nerves, and I smile back. I'm glad I have you here with me. A blush creeps into her cheeks, but she seems pleased. The receptionist comes back and gestures for us to follow her. Her ponytail bounces behind her as she walks briskly down the hall and directs us into a spacious office. Hi! A portly older man sits behind an old-fashioned mahogany desk. His jowls wiggle as he offers us seats, which we both take. The walls are painted white, but one wall has a translucent sheen with Yuna's SBA submission packet projected onto it. His chair squeaks in protest as he leans forward to greet us.
Miss Misaki, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you for agreeing to meet with us, Mr. Takeda. I'd like to introduce my associate.
I'm Riley Blazing. It's nice to meet you. He nods in acknowledgement while Yuna continues.
He is here to represent his team at Ace Academy.
And you are in need of a sponsor.
Yes, sir. He waves a hand towards the hall and shuffles the data on there.
As you can see, Miss Misaki did a detailed job of describing you and your team in your application. But I'd like to hear from you. Tell me about yourself.
Sure. Let me save. Okay. I guess this one? I've always had an interest in gear. I grew up in the world of gears and knew from an early age that I wanted to be a pilot. While a student at SCINY, I began my program in piloting and earned top marks in all my classes. I recently transferred and tested into the pilot program at Ace Academy, where I'm pursuing my degree in piloting.
As a transfer student, that's not an easy program to test into.
He sounds impressed.
Tell me, out of all your other options, why did you choose Warp Tech Corporation?
I'd have to say it's this one. You're the best around. It was an easy decision. Warp Tech Corporation sets the standard for gear weaponry. I read about your latest announcement of the advancement in particular technology. Same output on beam weaponry while reducing core usage by 15%. None of your competitors have made a breakthrough like that yet.
There has also been some controversy over that release.
Oh, really? Some are saying using new technology that will affect the longevity of a weapon, but there's no proof of that yet. I prefer to see evidence than believe rumors. He nods.
It's refreshing to see a young person keeping up to date with the latest releases.
I think I detect a hint of approval in his voice.
Okay, and why should Warp Tech Corporation choose you? In other words, what sets you apart from the competition?
I don't know. My team... That's not... I don't know. None of these seem good. International? I don't know. I really don't know. What does that mean, you're international? I don't know about that one. That's not... No. Like, my team is half woman. So I'm pretty sure most teams will have women. We're a breath of fresh air, I guess? As a new team, we weren't set in our ways that we stifle creativity. We're not afraid to try new strategies we think will benefit the team, and if we're receptive to feedback. That said, we're also acutely aware of our abilities. We work well together because we are upfront with each other, not only about our strengths, but also about our weaknesses, and we use that knowledge to our advantage. I sneak a peek at Yuna, who looks pleased. Mr. Takeda seems to appreciate my answer as well.
Well, I think I've heard enough for now. Miss Misaki, do you have a copy of your team's qualifier transcripts?
Yes, of course.
She flips on her towel and flicks a document onto the protected wall. The interview seems to be going well. I glance at Yuna, who smiles encouragingly at me. Mr. Takeda takes a quick glance on the file and frowns.
Your team is only ranked 21?
Uh-oh. Yes, sir. He sighs and turns off the projection.
You seem generally passionate about your team and your studies, and perhaps if the circumstances were different, we would consider your candidacy. Unfortunately, Warp Tech only accepts teams who are ranked within the top 10 from Ace Academy.
As I'm still processing the rejection, Yuna protests on my behalf.
Mr. Takeda, couldn't you make an exception? You said yourself that if rank weren't a factor, his team would be a strong candidate. A representation by you would make a significant difference in their growth and development, and their success reflects positively on you and your company.
I'm sorry, Miss Misaki. I do believe with skills like his, he will find a sponsor. Just not with us.
Won't you even give him a chance?
Apparently not.
Miss Misaki, I'm sure you understand the image that we have built and what would happen to that image if we stopped recruiting from the top 10. I thank you very much for your interest in us and wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
His voice was a hard edge of finality. He gestures towards the door and returns his attention to his desk. All pretenses dropped, Yuna swims out of the office while I follow calmly behind. Disappointment makes my feet feel heavy. After we leave the building, Yuna whirls to face me.
What? A hypocrite! How can his company promote taking risks when he won't take any himself? I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It's okay. It was a long shot anyway. Even though we didn't get the sponsorship, I still appreciate you helping me out.
Don't give up just yet. I will get you a sponsor.
Not sure how far positive thinking will get us. Leaving less to the imagination might work in our favor. Let's be realistic. I don't know. This one? We should show off more of our assets next time.
I doubt that would work.
That's not the reaction I expected. Never seen her so serious before. I'm not sure what else we can try. Without waiting for me to answer, she hops on the back of my bike. I get on after her and start the engine. Yuna is quiet the entire ride back to campus. When we arrive, she gives me a hard goodbye and rushes off, leaving me wondering what she has planned. Ooh. Well, sitting here and stewing in my thoughts isn't productive. I have some time before I need to go home. Maybe someone will be free. I'm in a happier mood when I arrive home. Hey guys, I'm home.
You can't just decide that without telling me.
Uncle Kaito's voice stops me. I see him pacing back and forth in the kitchen.
So cut it short. This is the opening day of my new restaurant. They'll expect me to be there, and they'll expect you there too.
As I get closer to the kitchen, I can hear one's voice on the other end of the line.
I really don't care. Part of our arrangement was that we'd consult each other before making a decision, and you didn't. So how you're supposed to be in two places at once really isn't my problem.
A flurry of muffled words on the line has Kaito frowning deeper and deeper.
Don't forget, we are still married. We promised to do whatever it
What?
took to make sure nothing interfered with our careers. Well, if you don't show up, then that will certainly interfere with my career.
Married, huh? Something tells me that won't be for long. Married? Oh, wait, what? Is he talking to Aunt Yuki? What? Okay, this is the first I'm hearing of it. There's a pause. I think you're here. I'll see what I can do and hang up. Hi. Uncle Kaito slams the phone onto the table, then falls into a chair and holds his head in his hands. Hey, Uncle Kaito. Hi. He glances up and gives me a weak smile.
You're back. How was school today?
My day was going better than yours, apparently. Good. I sit beside him. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I heard you talking to Aunt Yuki just now. He looks a little uneasy, but waits for me to finish. What do you mean by still married? Isn't Aunt Yuki away on business?
Sort of.
Kaito sighs warily and rubs his temples.
I suppose you're old enough to know the truth. Your aunt and I are separated. We have been for the last 6 months.
I was not even aware that there was an aunt in this. The last 6 months? But aren't you divorced?
No.
How come we didn't know? We're your family.
We had to keep it quiet. Divorce is viewed differently here in Japan. It's not as common as in the States, and Yuki and I don't want our personal issues to interfere with our careers.
I remember the stories Mom told me about how difficult it was when she and Dad first got married. She couldn't have stayed in Japan even if she wanted to. If you two are just separated, does that mean Aunt Yuki is here in Izakaze?
Yes.
I get it. I know Japan has stricter rules on family and what's proper, so I don't blame you for keeping this a secret from us. Kaito grins in relief.
You don't know how much that means to me, kid.
Are you gonna tell Neki? He thinks before responding.
Yes, I will.
Oh, okay. Do you think she'll be angry you lied? Neki has always been more sensitive than I. He shrugs.
Maybe. But I think she's mature enough to understand why we did it.
I hope so. Yeah, it must be exhausting hiding it from everyone.
It has been.
What did Aunt Yuki say when you told her we were living with you?
Well, about that.
She doesn't know, does she? Kaito trials off and refuses to meet my eyes. Exactly, she doesn't know we're here?
No.
Were you planning on telling her?
Of course. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
I nod. Uncle Kaito doesn't share anymore, but I can't stop myself from asking. Since we're talking about it now, what happened between you two? He sighs.
Yuki was ready to have kids, and I wasn't. We discussed the possibility of having children when we first got married, and I kept pushing it back. I wanted to focus on my career, and for a while, so did she. But you know how women are. At some point, their biological clock starts ticking.
Oh, good God.
She didn't want to wait anymore.
Her biological clock. Oh, I have a pretty good idea what you mean by that. But you still weren't ready?
No. After that huge argument, we started to drive each other crazy. I became acutely aware of all those small things Yuki did that I hated. We fought all the time, and at some point, we agreed that this wasn't working anymore. And that's how it's been for the last 6 months until we can figure out a more permanent solution.
It's kind of funny that even though you weren't ready for kids, you ended up with them anyway. He grins. Oh yeah, that's true.
You guys don't count. You practically take care of yourselves. I'm just here to provide the roof.
I'm sure you are, but we'll be back with more. I'll be back with more. See ya!